Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. So I thought we would do a get everything done, spend the afternoon with me. So it is currently 1:45 in the afternoon. My youngest daughter is actually at my sister's house. And I would imagine is going to be there for a couple more hours, and I've got quite a lot of bits and pieces to get done in the house. So we've got some cleaning to do. I need to sort some washing out. I need to hang a wash load out to dry, and tonight is hair wash night, so I thought I would do it all with you. So before I actually do my hair wash, I'm going to pop some of my Rehab scalp oil on. So this is the Matcha scalp oil in dose 0. I love everything from Rehab. I really recommend all of their products. If you have been here a while, you will have seen me mention these in my videos, but I'm just going to do this so that it's got a couple of hours to work its magic and do what it needs to my scalp. And then I thought we would just get to work together, because I know quite a lot of you enjoy these motivational videos. I know some of you pop me on in the background and work alongside with me. So I thought we would help each other out. I would get my jobs done and hopefully it motivates you to get your jobs done. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button. You can either do that just next to my name, the red subscribe button is there, or if you hover over the bottom left hand corner of this screen, there's a button as well that says subscribe. You can do it that way, and come and say hello in the comments, and let's jump straight into the video. Okay, so I have actually made myself one of the metabolism green teas. I got this from Tesco, I think, when I went into Tesco. Speaking of Tesco, I've actually the post is a bit late today. It's only just been, and I've got some vouchers, so we'll probably be doing my food shop there again this week, because it does actually make a difference with the club card prices and then the vouchers. It just means obviously you're making a bit of a saving. So we are up in my room. I've got, can you see there on my bed, I've got a basket of washing, so I'm going to sort that into everybody's piles. Then I'm going to get the washing out of the machine. We'll hang that on the line. So just before we do that, I'm going to pop one of my capsules in. I was thinking, do I pop 2 in? Because it's been a while since I did this, but I think they do spread quite well. So you just pierce the top. It all stays in the bubble bit, so I don't ever get any of it in my mouth or anything. And I just brush it with my teeth. And I just work in lines. It's all the way along. I tend to not do the underneath, but I focus quite a bit here, because that is where I notice that my hair growth is not what it used to be. Obviously, I think I'm still recovering a little bit from when I had Penelope, even though she's going to be 4 soon. So yeah, I've actually just made Darcy and Ollie their lunch, and the kitchen is not in the best ways, guys. I think I said in my last video that went up on earlier this week, the kitchen, I'm finding that I'm having to clean the most out of any other room. Although having said that, the front room's actually not great, because Penny's decided to get all of her toys out that she doesn't normally play with, that I was actually planning on selling. She's got them all out. So she's got like her baby changing table in the front room, and it's actually really cute because she's been playing with her little baby Annabelle. So I didn't want to drop that on me because it's greasy. So yeah, I need to just sort those out and pop those back in the little storage room that we've got, and then she just goes out there and lets me know when she wants it, and then I can get it down for her. So yeah, we need to clean the kitchen, wipe the sides. Ollie's just got stuff all over the hob, and we were making his lunch. The door fronts are really, really bad, so we need to do those. The floor needs to be cleaned. I need to run around with the Hoover. The stairs, I would like to get the stairs done. Depending on time, I also have ironing to do. There's a lot, guys. And then we have got football training this evening, so I want to get most of it done before then. Prep something for mine and Tom's tea. It's probably going to be chickpeas, guys, I'm not going to lie, because it's really easy to do and it doesn't take any time when we get home, literally like 10 minutes and it's done, just to heat the rice and the broccoli. And then once I've had my tea, we will have a shower, and then my hair's freshly washed because it needs a wash. So this oil will be on for at least 4 hours. What time is it now? 2, almost 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's probably nearer 6, because I'll probably get home by 8 and then I'll have a shower. Yeah, so it's got a good amount of time to work its magic. Actually feels really nice massaging it in. So yeah, I'm gonna pop my hair back in a clip, and then we're gonna sort sort this washing out. So we are now back downstairs in the utility. So while I was sorting the washing out up in my bedroom, I'd popped a dark load in and the cycle had finished. So I'm just getting that out of the washing machine, and then we're actually going to be going and hanging this in the garden. I'm going to miss these days, guys, in the winter when it's just too cold to hang it out. I've been on top of my washing and it just makes all the difference. We've got a particularly big load today. The darks, I've said this before, we always have so much dark washing and there was just so much of it. It seemed like it was never ending. Excuse the shark that keeps coming into the frame there. He was just floating around the pool. You'll see a little bit later on in the video, we've actually now taken the pool down for the summer and packed that away. I'm going to be investing in a slightly bigger filter. So what we used this year was the filter that came with this pool, which after having done some research, I think it's called the Filter One. It's a Best Way one, but it's fine, but you need to replace the filters quite a lot. They get so messed up and like stuff that you can't wash out of it, and in my opinion it's not powerful enough to keep this size pool completely clear. So I think for next summer I will be investing in just a slightly bigger pump. But all in all, we had a great summer with it out for the majority of the summer holidays, and we've had such fab weather. But I'm just coming to the end now of the wash load. Where I can, I like to just pop it mainly around the outside strings of the washing line, and then I switch the loads over. I know you can go all the way into the middle, but if I'm putting out quite late in the day, I find it doesn't give it quite long enough to dry that way. So if I've got multiple loads on, I'll tend to take that off and then put the next load back on, if that makes sense. But we're back in the kitchen now, and first job, I'm going to be just popping all of the stuff that has been washed. I normally leave it on the draining board for a little while just so the excess water can just drain off of it, and any suds. I do swill it under the tap, so there's not usually a huge amount of suds left on it, but just anything else can just run into the draining sink that's just there next to the draining board. So I'm just packing that all away, putting everything away. Then I'm just going to sanitize the draining board. I'm literally just using my Zaflora mix. So I've got a spare bottle. I think this is one of my small bottles that I had when they sent me this set through. And I just make up my own Zaflora refill. So I'm just sanitizing that. Then I'm going to just get rid and wash up all of the dirty bits and pieces that are in the sink. Leave that to dry, and then we will be moving on to clear the sides, wipe the sides, and get all of these door fronts all nice and clean. Okay, so what I've done is I'm actually just running a whole fresh sink of water. I'm just popping some washing up liquid in there. I've actually cracked open the pumpkin spice one now, guys. The elbow grease, it smells so good. And I'm just popping a couple of caps of Sephora. I'm not running the sink completely full. It's just enough to enable me to dip the cloth in and out of it so I can wipe all of the door fronts off and the work surfaces. I find Sephora and washing up liquid work best for my cupboards. They are high gloss, they don't smear, I don't need to really work overly hard to buff them up, and the cloth I'm going to be using is the roll that I picked up from, I think it was Home Bargains, could have been B&M, it was one of the two. So they are elbow grease and they're just disposable washing cloths, and the pattern that they've got on them is actually not really abrasive, but it is a form of a scour. It gives you a little bit of something, so if you've got any tough marks it works great, but it's not really abrasive, so it doesn't scratch the cupboards or anything like that. I just really love these, and then once I've used it I can obviously just pop it into the bin, and I just make sure I'm not cross-contaminating anything. So I'm just getting to work here on the door fronts. As you can see, I'm just wiping them over. There was a couple of stubborn marks on the bottom that I needed to just go over a little bit more, mainly from Clifford, and then I'll be doing all of the plinths that go down to the floor, and then some of them I just needed to wipe over with a dry cloth, which is what you'll see just down there. So in between every couple of one I'm just going back to the sink, dipping the cloth back in, giving it a little swill around, and then going back and repeating the same steps.
I will make it easy for you now.
Now it's time to just make sure all of these work surfaces are sanitised, and again I'm just using my Sephora spray mix that I've got. I always just keep it out on the side. I've got this little bamboo tray that I keep next to the sink. I think I got that from B&M, and I've got on there washing up liquid, the Sephora mix, and then hand soap. So I'm just wiping all of these surfaces down. I'm just moving all the syrups out of the way, the tea, coffee and sugar jars, and just cleaning around by the kettle. The kettle actually needed a bit of a wipe over as well. It got quite dusty, which I've been using it a bit more, so I think the steam kind of attracts the dust. But I'll then, once I've done this side, I'll then move over, work on the other side, and we are going to be cleaning the hob today because that was in desperate need of a good scrub.
2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to more. So I stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sphere. You're falling into me, touch me.
So for the hob, I'm actually going to be using the elbow grease. Oh, I can't think what this spray is called. It's like the original spray that they had. I saw it when I went into Home Bargains and picked myself up one, because I have got the multi-purpose degreasing spray, but I really love this one. It works great, and I also have used it on the glass backsplash because that had quite a few bits of like cooking fat on there, and just bits and pieces that have splashed over when we've been cooking. Just works really great at lifting any stubborn marks, doesn't make it go greasy. Once I have wiped the hob and the backsplash off, I do go in, I use a glass cleaner to buff it dry for the backsplash, and then I do use a stainless steel cleaner for the hob. It just gets rid of any watermarks and just makes it nice and shiny. It doesn't make it smear. And then I will be just wiping the bars over that go on the top of the hob. I literally just use washing up liquid for that. Just give them a quick wipe over and then pop them back on. And then I always have this oak chopping board. We don't always use it as a chopping board. Tom uses it more so than I do, just because I find it quite difficult to sanitize. I usually have to use like lemon and baking soda to completely sanitize it. So when I haven't been using it for prepping food, I just sanitize it by using the elbow grease spray, and it works absolutely great. But I just like it as a decorative piece on top of the hob, and I usually have a candle on there. If you've seen my other videos you will have seen this. Had it for years. It was actually an offcut of a worktop that Tom fitted years ago now, probably back in 2018, I think, when we had the kitchen done, and he made it into a chopping board for me. But as you can see, it's got quite close to the rings a few times, so those black marks on the side are where it has nearly caught on fire. So what I sometimes do, if I'm using the first 2 rings on the hob, I'll just slide it along, and obviously I don't slide it along far enough. So yeah, I've learnt my lesson with that. And yeah, we usually just take it off, but that is what I'm working on now. But I just wanted to come on and have a little bit of a chit chat with you. I can't believe we're at the end of August and the kids go back to school next week. I need to just confirm with my work when I'm actually going back in, because I think I will have to have next week off. I won't be paid for it or anything, because it's because of childcare issues I can't go back in, and nursery closures. So I feel really sad about it. I actually watched a reel on Instagram this morning, and it was a mum saying that she feels like she's probably in the minority, because obviously there's quite a few reels and things and stories that we see where people are like on the countdown now for the kids to go out to school, but I actually can really relate to her and how she's feeling, because I feel really sad that the summer break is nearly over and the kids are going back to school, because although we haven't been on a holiday or anything like that, it's actually been so lovely to just take a step back and just have really slow mornings and days, like spend longer in our pajamas, not have to rush around. And we've pretty much, like, as in me and the kids, Tom's been at work, but we've spent like all day every day together, apart from when like Darcy's gone out with her friends or Penny's gone to her friend's house on the odd occasion. Same with Ollie. I think he had one sleepover, but we've pretty much spent the summer together, and I actually love it. And it's made me really crave like a life where we don't have to go to work, we don't have to like have the kids away from us for hours. I just really feel like I would thrive if I kind of could go and find a cabin somewhere and just live with the kids. Anyone else like this, or am I just on my own? Because I always feel like this, and Tom's like, but you get a break, and I'm like, as stressful as it is, I don't really want a break. Like, I love having the kids here.
So keep us awake till the dawn. Ooh, baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I got you wrapped around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow. There's nothing personal in having a little fun. No, no. You wait and see if it's worth your...
Anyway, enough of the back to school chit chat. I have still got to get a couple more bits of uniform pieces for mainly Ollie and Penny. I did get the shirts and polo tops before they broke up, because I got that in the George uniform sale that they had. But I need to get a couple of pinafore dresses for Penny, some shorts for Ollie, and some school shoes for Ollie. He wears like black Air Force Ones, but they're so expensive now. He's like a adult size 4, and they are very, very expensive. So I do still have that on my to-do list. And yeah, I'm actually now just on the countdown to when I can send Tom to our storage unit to pick up our autumn decor box so I can get my pumpkins out. I cannot wait. And when I'm actually filming this voiceover, it is officially the Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Day launch here in the UK tomorrow, so on the 28th of August. So I will be getting my yearly fix of pumpkin spice, and I can't wait, guys. I actually can't wait. I'm going to set my alarm early so I can get my order in, go up there, and then I might get the few more bits and pieces for the uniform that I need while I'm out. So I will try and be brave and vlog that for you, so stay tuned for that.
So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sphere. You're falling in.
Okay, so I am just about to show you in the garden. We are draining the pool. The kids have been going in there, but we don't actually have a pool hoover, which we do need to invest in for next year. But we've decided to pack the pool away for now because the weather doesn't look like it's going to get... She's dressed for summer. Ollie's coming down now, darling.
Why is he
Why don't you go and wait on the sofa and he'll come out? Why? Well, sit there then and he'll be down. So yeah, we're just going to pack it away because the school year starts again in just a little over a week, and the grass desperately needs. Oh, did you drop your finger? The grass desperately needs to be cleaned. So Tom is actually at work at the moment, so I've just propped the pool up. I'll show you. Let me bring the tripod over here. I've just propped. Can you see there? So I've actually had to prop it up on Penny's slide. Penny, Ollie's upstairs a minute. This is my house. There's never, and now Clifford's going with his ball. Welcome to the chaos of my house. I've propped her pool up on the back of her slide so that the water, because it's drained, the majority of it is out, but the lower bit isn't quite reaching the little like outlet for it to drain out of. So I've just tipped it up. Then what I'm going to do is put it on its side. It's still a little bit too heavy to completely tip it up without Tom being here. And then it needs a good clean around. We'll hose it out, leave it probably tipped up so it can completely dry. What I don't want to do is I don't want to fold it all up when it's still damp, because that's how it's going to get really mouldy and yucky. So I need it to be completely dry, which is not due to rain. So we should be good on that side. And then I'm just going to run around with the Hoover. I'm going to try and get the stairs done. I'm going to polish it in the hallway. So I thought we would carry on with that. And then we'll hang the wash load out and then hopefully get some ironing done. So there's a lot to get done. Okay, so heading out of the kitchen, we're just going into the hallway and I'm going to be just working on the stairs. So I've used this tool in other cleaning videos. If you've seen those, you will have seen this. I picked it up off of Amazon. It was honestly just a couple of pounds and I could not recommend a tool enough. I use it on my sofa as well, but to bring, you can see there just on that first step, can you see how it's pulled all of the pile of the carpet up? Which I know you can achieve this when you hoover, but I hoover these stairs before I do this, and this is what it is picking out. So what I will do is I will do this on every single stair all the way up. I'm just moving the camera so you can see as I go up onto each stair how it's pulling the hair out. It is mainly Clifford's hair. Obviously there are some other bits and pieces, debris, just general bits and pieces that are being walked through the house, but it is mainly Clifford's hair. So if you do have dogs that shed fur, I would say this is something that you will not regret buying, and just to have it in your cleaning kit because it is just amazing. So I do this on each one, and then I will get the hoover and I will just hoover over the stairs, just any loose debris that that stays in the corners, and then I'm going to be spraying them just to freshen up the carpet, and then we'll be just giving the hallway a little bit of a clean over, a dust, a hoover, and then we need to mop these floors.
I swear you will do anything that I want, so give us a wake to the dawn. Ooh, baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. Yeah, I wanna make you sweat on me. Just take a hit, you got a free pass. Oh, try to hide it
also just going back in with the same Sephora spray and just a different microfiber cloth this time. I've got a bit of a selection in a drawer that I keep under the sink of all my cleaning cloths, so I'm just getting one of those. Then I'm going to spray all of these cupboard and drawer fronts under the stairs and the spindles and just this post at the start, because this gets quite grubby with the kids just grabbing onto this to get up and down the stairs. So I just like to make sure this is nice and clean and sanitized. And this is all actually gloss painted, but it's completely wipeable, so it doesn't damage the paint me doing this. It just gets off any little scuffs, any little marks and things like that, because all of these, the end one is a cupboard, the other two are drawers, but they all have push latches, so you need to actually put a hand on there to push them to get into them, so they do get quite grubby. So moving on, I actually decided before I start hoovering that I was going to tackle the shoe drawer. So this is the middle compartment, if you will, under the stairs. We actually have a basket, you probably will have seen it or seen me dragging it in and out of under the table, where we just keep the shoes that we wear more so like every day, which can change. Obviously, we've been on holiday, so the school shoes and things like that aren't in there. Any extra shoes are usually kept like up in storage in the kids' bedrooms, but there are things that I like to just have to hand downstairs, so Penny's shoes and some of our shoes, just because it's a little bit of a nightmare to go all the way up to the loft level. So I've decided to sort through the shoe basket, and there was quite a few pairs in there that needed to be either sent to the clothing bins to be recycled, or that I can pop up for sale on my Vinted. And this drawer is very well overdue to be hoovered. It had so much mud, sand and goodness knows what, so I'm just giving the shelves a bit of a hoover. And I've actually got anti-slip little bits in there, so it's, you get them, they go like inside of drawers. So when this was built, I think I got them from B&M, and you cut them to size, so I just popped those in there just to give it a little bit of an extra layer, because it's just painted in here and I didn't want the paint to get really scuffed. There's no kind of order in this drawer. It's mainly mine and Tom's on the bottom shelf because it's wider, and we don't have as much storage as, say, Darcy, for example, because she's basically got like a double wardrobe in her room for herself. So the top two shelves are the same, and then we've got this whole compartment at the bottom. So I'm just sorting out the shoes that are going back in here. Some of the summer shoes that probably won't be being worn as much now, I've popped on the stairs, and they can go up into the respective bedrooms. And then the shoes that I'm obviously looking to sell and donate have gone into the various bags. But this was a job I didn't have on my list, but I'm glad I've got done. It's one of those jobs that every time I open this drawer, I think I need to do that, and I'm glad that's now done. So shoe basket looking a lot more organised. It's time to just shake everything out, the mat, the little slip mat that goes under it, and then give the floors a bit of a hoover, and then we will be mopping them. I'm going to be using the speed mop today just because I wanted to make sure that it was all nice and clean, and I didn't want to get the steamer out because I wasn't going to be doing the kitchen floor with it. And then fast forward to the next day. So we have now completely taken down the pool. You can probably see it there just on the bench. We let it all dry out. We use the wet vac to just get the last of the water so that it can be packed away, and that way it won't go mouldy or anything like that. And I just wanted to show you how we take care of the lawn. So I've said this in a few videos. We do have artificial grass. It's not my preference. If I didn't have little children, I wouldn't have this, but it works perfectly for our family and the kids. They can go out here all year round. It doesn't just get boggy and muddy, which is what we found before we did this with the dog. It was honestly, not to be dramatic, there was hardly any grass. It was just tracked mud everywhere. This way the kids can come out and play all year round. It doesn't get muddy. Ollie can play football, but it's not necessarily maintenance free because we do need to clean it. So what I'm using here, if you do have artificial grass, you will know the struggle of keeping the pile up and actually lifting it so you can get all the debris and the bits and pieces out of it. So this saves a lot of hours and your back. It's an electric brush, so honestly you can't tell very much here, but if I don't control it, it will pull me around. It really pulls the pile up and it just lifts all the dirt that's tucked right down at the bottom of the pile, and then we will hoover after this, and then we'll be going in with a treatment just to make it nice and sanitized and just smell lovely, which we kind of need to do. If I'm being really honest, in the summer we need to do this every week to 10 days. We also do pop some sand on it. I can't remember off the top of my head what the sand is that they recommend, but that helps keep the pile up and just helps drainage and things like that. So I thought I would share this just to close this video off. It's something a little bit different and I don't always show it, and you get to see a different angle of the garden here and the decking and how it looks when you look up from the end of the garden. So I will leave a link to the brush that we have. I think it was about £130 when we bought it. We bought it when we did the grass, which was in 2021, but we have thoroughly got our money's worth out of it and I highly recommend. And then I will leave a link to the treatment that we use. I have tried lots of them, as in artificial grass cleaner. I started off using the Fabulosa ones. Although they smell lovely, they do, if you've got dogs, they do not get rid of the smell of wee odor. So this one I got off of Amazon. It's under £10, I believe. I think they do have it on offer sometimes. I always get a couple when I do an order, and it lasts for quite a long time. In this video, because it hadn't been done honestly for about 6-7 weeks, we used about 5. So what we have is we've got an attachment for the hose, like you'll see here. We pour the mixture into the mixing pot that goes on the hose, and then it mixes itself with the water. It's just easier than popping it in a watering can. That is the other way you can do it. You can pop the mixture in a watering can. So we refilled this, I think it was about 5 times, but we really went a little bit overboard to make sure it was fully sanitised, especially in the bits that we know Clifford uses. So we do try, he has most of his weeds, if I'm being honest, on the flower beds. So it's just in the areas where when he doesn't use the flower beds, you can tell it gets a little bit smelly, so we're just focusing more around those areas. So in the corner where I have sprayed the sleeper and got that a bit wet, he uses that corner quite a lot here where Ollie is. And then over by the washing line, he likes to wee on my washing line, annoyingly, so I'm just going to be doing around there as well. But yeah, it smells so lovely. We have the scent freshly cut grass, and yeah, it smells lovely, so I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. And this is gonna close out the end of this video. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Liking my content really helps support my channel. It tells YouTube you're enjoying the content I'm putting out. If you're not already a subscriber of mine, I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button. We have now hit 9,000 subscribers, so thank you so much to everybody who has already subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.